We've got another episode of Louisiana country music, another great artist. We've got someone who represents the heart of traditional country here in Louisiana. He's a Prairieville native who grew up on the sounds of Keith Whitley and George Jones. He's built a career on honest songs that really connect with people. He's had six singles chart on the Texas charts, including a #1 with Rollin Stone. He shared the stage with icons like Randy Travis, Travis Tritt, Tracy Lawrence, Leonard Skinner, and earlier this year, he was inducted into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame, a huge honor and well-deserved. We're excited to have him here with us tonight to talk about his music, his journey, and what's next. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on to the show Mr. Kendall Shaffer. Let me see. I told you it was going to have some difficulties. Kendall Shaffer, here we go.
What's up,
brother? How are you, man?
Better than I deserve.
we making it work, man. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna give you a nice. Let's see here, Mr. Kendall Shaffer.
Yes, sir.
There we go. How are you, man?
I'm better than I deserve, man.
I appreciate you.
Been good to me.
I appreciate you jumping on here with us tonight. Appreciate you, the viewers, being patient with me tonight, trying to stumble through that first part. But where are you tonight, man? Are you in Prairieville?
I'm actually, I'll say I'm in Prairieville. My address says Baton Rouge, but I'm right on the line between Prairieville and Baton Rouge.
So, I got you.
Baton Rouge is a little too crazy for me, man.
Which one do you like to claim better?
I've stayed in Prairieville most of my life, so I'll say Prairieville.
I got you.
You like you got not a damn prairie in Prairieville. I'm here to say.
Have you been in the woods today? You got your camo on, or is it just cold there?
It is very cold. I have not been in the woods, but this was gifted to me last year. It's a very expensive jacket, and I almost gave it back to him because I didn't want anything to happen to it. It keeps me warm though.
That's right, man. It's gotten cold these last few days. It's cold here in Natchez, man. I tell you that. And
I'm excited about the cold weather there.
Yeah, I know, no doubt about it, man. I talked to them up in Nashville earlier today. They said it's pretty cold up there too. But man, let's talk about Prairieville. You grew up in Prairieville. Let's talk about growing up in that part of the state, man. What was it like growing up down there?
Man, I come from a extremely blue collar family. You go to school and you get out, you go get you a trade either while you're in school or when you get out. And you go to the plant, you go work in a refinery or go do something productive to get your family started. So that's pretty much what I did. But I love the great outdoors. I grew up hunting and fishing and stuff like that. But that's pretty much.
Did you come up my way to do any of that? Like, did you come up to the Natchez area to do any hunting and fishing and stuff?
I've hunted the Homachita a couple of times, but not too much. I'm a really bad hunter. I don't know if I don't tell a whole lot of people that because it's pretty embarrassing. But I'm not a great hunter. I love fishing a whole lot more than hunting, but I love them both.
Oh, well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm terrible at both of them. So
we're in the same boat, brother.
So, man, before we get started in music, man, let's talk about family for a minute, man. Tell us a little bit about your crew and what you got going on.
Yeah, man. So I've got a wonderful wife, and I've got 2 kids, and I got a 13-year-old and a 2-year-old. The terrible twos are hitting pretty bad right now, man. He's showing his attitude, but he's a great kid also. And I'm gonna say this a lot tonight. The Lord has really blessed me, man. He's really blessed me with everything that I have. I've got a great family and a great support system, and just really blessed to even be on here, man. I support everything y'all do and what y'all do for Louisiana music.
Well, man, I've seen you in the comments quite a few times supporting the other artists that we've had on, and we were just trying to get to you like we're trying to get to so many others. We, every Tuesday comes around quick, but it doesn't come around quick enough because it's like we got all these artists that we want to get on, and we just got 1 week at a time. And so many people, thankfully, so many Louisiana artists have a lot of things going. So we do have people that we're trying to get to, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand about Louisiana, man. So much talent out there.
Yeah, the talent pool is crazy, and man, I can't thank you enough for what y'all are doing on this platform, because it's like, Texas has their country music scene, and it seems like everywhere else is people talk about that, but man, Louisiana has been hitting it hard for a long time, man, and it's about damn time we get recognized.
Well, man, like I said, I appreciate you coming in the comments, and every week it's like we have different artists that are coming in, popping in when they can, and supporting each other. And that's really what this is about, man, is all of us supporting each other. And that actually leads me to my next question, man, is, I was talking to Thomas last week, and I was telling him that the Baton Rouge –
You froze up a little bit there, brother.
Uh-oh. Are you there? Can you hear me?
I hear you now. You
We
still
popped
kind
out
of
from me. Okay. I was saying Baton Rouge is doing pretty well in the music scene right now, and that's not the case everywhere. What do you think? What do you kind of attribute Baton Rouge kind of hanging in there and doing well right now too?
Man, I feel like everybody is kind of like family around here and just kind of pushes each other to do better. And, we don't really have a lot of backstabbing stuff going on. So I think that helps, just people encouraging each other. And the talent pool, like we said before, is just amazing, and it's so diverse too. I'm hardcore traditional country. That's what I do. But all my friends play different kind of stuff. Like Thomas doesn't play the same kind of music as me, but that don't mean that we can't support each other, So, and that's what makes this thing so unique down here, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I lived down there for 15 years, and I've kind of been in the music scene for a long time, whether it's writing or doing this or whatever. But it hasn't always been the case to where it seems as tight as it is now.
Right.
And I really like to see that, man. That's really it's encouraging to see everybody working together. And I'm sure there's issues, but it's really nice that it seems like for the most part, everybody's working together.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the music business in itself is just, it's hard. So in a nutshell, that's what you could say. So to have that is a rare thing for sure.
Yeah, not even hard, man. It's just an impossible business almost. Like you got to be crazy. You got to be nuts to even do it.
Oh yeah.
That's
why God threw me right in the middle.
Yeah. Looking at the comments real quick, we got J Dad. It says, glad you're having Kendall Shaffer on tonight. Mona Shaffer and Connie Davidson. They're just sending hearts your way.
Awesome. Appreciate the love.
So for somebody meeting you for the first time tonight, how would you describe yourself as an artist?
Man, as an artist, I would just say I just love traditional country music. I love all kinds of music, but that's mainly the flag that I wave. I won't ever go outside that box. I've done a couple gospel songs, which that's country music to me in itself, but I won't ever make a rock album or anything like that. So I would say that I try to record music that relates to me, that would be honest to the listener, that the listener can believe that I would be singing. And I would just say I'm just honest traditional country music.
Yeah, I picked that up from listening to your stuff. I mean, you really nail that too, man. Like you can tell that like every now and then it just kind of like the axis crosses and you get that midpoint to where somebody's just really nailing what they love and they're doing what they love, and you do that well. So I have to
Thank you, man.
give you definitely give you credit for that. It's
Appreciate
hard. Sometimes people are really good at stuff and they're just slightly off here and there. But I mean, I really feel like you've got a connection with who you are as an artist, and that's something to be said for that. Jason says Kendall's one of the best. Dylan Wayne says one of the best to do the thing. So you're getting a little love over here.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about starting in the music, man. Did you have family and all that played and sang, or how'd you come up?
Yeah. So my dad's dad, my pawpaw, who I never met, he died in I'm 34, so he died in 67, I think. He was in the Army and traveled all around, but he wrote songs. And matter of fact, I've been listening to his stuff in my vehicle this week and thinking about recording some. So he did it, and it skipped my dad. My dad actually taught me the 3 cowboy chords, G, C, and D, like everybody else's story. But he can't play much more than that. And so I took it full throttle, man.
Well, if you can get those 3, you can whip a lot of songs, can't you?
Oh man, I'm telling you, especially in country music.
Yeah. When did you start? What age was you whenever you started playing guitar?
Seriously getting into it about 13. My mom put me in lessons when I was 7, and I had the attention span of a 7-year-old, and that didn't really work out. But from 13 till 34, that's all I've ever loved to do.
Yeah. I'm going to pop this on the screen for you. Connie says he's the best. His mama whipped him with a George Jones album, and we thank her for this. I don't know if that's true, but it's a great story if not.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, she's referring to a Daryl Singletary song that we play every night. And I'm pretty sure my mom whipped me with a George Jones album a couple times.
I feel like I probably don't even have to ask this question, but who are some of the influences that you had coming up as far as musical influences?
Man, it ranges all over the place, really. But in the country genre, I've got the Haggards, the Jones, and the Keith Whitleys, like what's in my bio. But I'm a '90s boy, so when I was born, they had the Alan Jacksons, George Strait. I fell in love with that first. And then whenever I got older, I started discovering the older music, like Hank Jr., Hank Williams, Don Williams, and so on and so forth. But there's just so many to name, man. I'm a big Southern rock guy, too. I like Leonard Skinner. I like gospel music and blues.
I think this is the first time that Don Williams has come up on the show. You talk about underrated, man.
Yes, very underrated. The Gentle Giant.
Yeah, what a storyteller, man. This got to be a brother or a cousin or something right here. He says, John. He says he's all right.
Yeah, that's my brother. Yeah.
Everybody else trying to give you credit, so I know he's got to be close to you because he ain't trying to give you too much credit.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a couple comedians on here tonight.
That's all right. That's what he says. JMM. What is that?
John Michael Montgomery.
John Michael Montgomery. Yeah.
Yeah, he's I worship the ground John Michael walked on. From the time I was a kid, I still do. I mean, I think he was, in the '90s, he blew up and was the biggest thing, and now you don't hear much about him anymore. I think he's doing his last tour. I don't think he's touring anymore after this year. So,
Dude,
but
he had some big ones.
He had some of the best of the best.
So you that's interesting because like I grew up in the vehicle with like the same people that you're talking about, like the Merles and all of those, but you're younger than me too. So you came up, '90s country was your first thing, and then you went back and experienced that. So that's kind of interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, as a kid, CMT and the music video thing was really big in the 90s. And I wasn't, I won't say I wasn't watching Barney or any of that crap that was on TV, but I was mostly glued to CMT, and that's what I watched growing up. And then I was about 10 years old, man. My dad came home in a Jeep, blaring Hank Williams Jr. Greatest Hits Volume 2. And I have not been the same ever since.
You're like, damn, Dad, what's that?
Yeah. And then I got exposed to Limp Bizkit and Metallica and all kind of other stuff.
All downhill from there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, did you have any guys in that, not to put you on the spot, did you have any guys in like that region or anything like that that you kind of looked up to or noticed as you was kind of coming up in the scene?
Yeah, absolutely. One of my main mentors is a guy named Stonewall Broussard. He was big in there, and he's still doing a lot of stuff down here. But I was 17 years old when I first started playing in bars, and he came out to see me one night and saw whatever potential he saw, and he's been one of my best friends ever since, and has kind of guided me and pointed me in the right and wrong directions. But I looked up to him and still do. There's a guy, Chris Gray. He was pretty big in the 90s. I looked up to him. He's from out in Hammond area. Man, so many people, like we talked about the talent around here. Everybody who was older than me, I always wanted to be around them because they say you surround yourself with people who are better than you, and then you'll get better.
No doubt, man. No doubt about that. So what age did you start kind of picking up the pen and saying, I kind of think I might want to write some music and stuff like that?
I want to say I wrote my first song when I was 15. And I still remember it to this day, and it won't ever see the light of day. Like everybody else says, their first song was terrible.
I love asking people about their first song because you never know where it's going to go. But it always usually they say it was terrible.
It was. And, I had people cheering me on and saying, oh, it's so good. It's so good. But looking back at it, it's pretty terrible. Which
was it about a girl?
If you do anything long enough from the beginning, you look at what you did in the beginning, it's always going to look terrible. So.
Was your first one about a love loss or a girl that with a crush or something like that? What was it about?
Man, it was actually just talking about playing music and loving playing music. And at 15, I just learned how to play and sing at the same time. So that was the first thing that I wrote about. It was called My Last Chance. And I said, this might be my last chance. And I had no idea what the hell I was talking about.
At 15, you're like, this could be it.
This is going to be it right here. I'm playing at the Junction 44 in Gonzales every Friday. I done made it big, man.
Oh man, you're ahead of your time. You were thinking this could be it right here. You're like Fred Sanford. This is a big one.
Oh, I'm coming to see you soon, Elizabeth.
Coming to see you, Elizabeth. I think you're gonna have to wait around a little while, man. The guy's gonna keep you around a little longer than 15.
Yeah, thank God, man.
Oh man. So when did you so you started playing and you started writing? When did you decide that you kind of might want to do this and put it all together and try to do it as a real thing?
Probably about 17 or 18 when I had a couple years under my belt. From a kid, I always wanted to play country music and be a big old star and stuff like that. But it really hit me hard once I started playing in front of audiences and, hearing them cheer me on and pumping the crowd up and getting that reaction. It's like anybody else says, it's a high that you'll never forget.
Do you think that there was a Do you think that there's a particular moment or anything that you look back and you're like, man, that was that moment that I was like, I can do this? Or do you think it was more of like a series?
I think when I was 18, I went and tried out for a couple of those TV shows, and not many people know this. And it worked out for the best because I was not ready. At least I don't think I was. Uh, but when I tried out for The Voice and I tried out for American Idol, um, I actually tried out in Baton Rouge for American Idol, and I made the top 12 in that, and never seen anything from it. Then my mom and dad encouraged me to go try out for The Voice a couple years later, and that didn't happen either. And it really just lit a fire underneath my ass to go do something with it and prove somebody wrong. And I'm still trying to do that to this day.
And man, you know as well as I do, those shows it's all about timing, man. You might be in one line and they're like, well, we're looking for this, and then you're over here in this line. And if you're in that line, they're looking for a country guy. And if you're in this line, they're looking for a rock guy. It's just,
Yeah.
there's so many variables, man. So
Yeah.
you certainly can't beat yourself up over something
No,
like
man.
that. But I can understand why it would drive you and make you want to be like, all right, that's fine. I'll go show them what I can do.
Yeah. And it worked out for the better because I've been doing this going on 15 years now. I've been playing and paying my dues and just learning the business, and I'm learning every day. I mean, I never think that I know everything. I'm always looking for advice and stuff like that. So I can look back, and if my career was over tomorrow, there ain't a damn person in this world can say that I didn't bust my ass to get where I'm at. And I'll take that to my grave, man. And I'm winning if I can say that, in my
That's
book.
right. That's right. Nothing wrong with that, man. And you've had 6 from my internet research. You've had 6 songs that have charted on the Texas charts, including a #1, which that's a big deal. That's not insignificant. That's a big thing. Do you have like a song that you would say kind of like was your catalyst or a favorite or anything like that? Or they may be 2 different songs. Your catalyst and your favorite may be 2 different. But let's start with catalyst. Do you have one that you think kind of like boosted you a little bit into something further?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a song that I put out with one of my best friends, Jeffrey Allen Imler. It's called Watering Hole, and it's a big drinking song. And I've got a bunch of guys from Louisiana playing on it, and you can tell when you listen to it. We had a top 10 in Texas with that, and I'd hit several charts with it. And I feel like when we put that out, things started picking up a whole lot. And that was after the #1. The number one did, yeah, the #1 did well. But those charts are great, and it's great to have those kind of accolades behind you, and you're always grateful for that. But when you go to book a club and you go tell them, hey, I had a #1 in Texas, and I've had it happen several times, they're like, well, what's that going to do for me? Are you going to back this thing out or not? So it's had its the chart success had its advantages and disadvantages like everything else. But to be able to look back, that was one that kind of gave it a boost. And my favorite song right now is one that I put out a couple of weeks ago, a new song to sing.
Yeah. You've put out 3, I think. I saw on social media, and we've been covering them and reporting on them whenever you release them and when they're coming up and all of that too.
Yeah, thank you, man.
You said you put out 3 since September, and
Yeah.
man, they're all 3 good. I mean, I'm not just telling you that because you're on here. They're all 3 good songs, and they're all 3 what I would say in your wheelhouse, and that's something to be said. And so, what is your plan for releasing music moving forward in the new year and all of that?
Man,
Because you
so
said you said you got a lot more where that came from. So
yeah,
what's your plan moving forward with that?
I've got a lot of songs in the can that, you know, some are finished and some aren't. I've got some in Nashville that I need to finish, and I've got some down here that I need to get going also. So for a long time, I had a company doing my releases and my social media and everything. And I've been kind of taking this thing by the reins, and you can kind of tell if you follow me, I'm okay at it. I'm not the best, but I figured out how to release music by myself a couple months ago. And so I'm just going to start putting everything out whenever the hell I want. I don't have anybody telling me I can't. Uh, I'm running this ship myself. I will say this, man, at the beginning of my career, I was with an independent company that helped me out tremendously, and I can't do this without shouting them out. It's Ruby Music, and they put out a lot of my recordings and just helped me out tremendously, and I can't thank them enough. But right now, old Chief over here, he's running the ship, and that's it.
Bro, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world to me. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
having great teammates and all that's great too, but there's also something about having that control, and it's like, hey man, I can't wait on everybody else to do their thing. I'm just going to do it my way. And it works out for your style of music and your brand and all of that anyway, because you're not like this pop artist that's trying to be perfect. Your brand is like authenticity
right.
and genuineness. So I mean, I think it works out perfect, man. I mean, I would almost rather you be posting than, you know, a young girl that doesn't know what you're going through or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I would almost rather it be you.
Man, they and I'm not talking bad about them by any means, but uh when they got on in 2018 and they were posting for me, I had people calling me left and right. I know that ain't you saying that. This is like perfect grammar. You're talking perfect and everything, and that is not you at all.
There were no cuss words. No, just like
Yeah, there were no cuss words or anything.
oh
That's how
man, I'm
you
gonna
know
take
it's
a
not
second.
me.
I'm gonna look over here. It says Brady Gotra. It says you the man. Um,
Thank you,
John
brother.
says he's got a song he needs to release about George Jones. Y'all
Yeah,
tell him to release that thing. Um, Mary Smith says looking forward to hearing new songs, and Connie says release it.
yeah, yeah. I know
What's this?
exactly
What's this
what.
new song about George Jones about?
Yeah.
Besides
So
George Jones.
yeah, well, it's a tribute to George Jones, and I don't think I ever gave it a title. I think it was tribute to Jones. And I came home after a show one night, and I slept maybe an hour, and I woke up, and I was still all hazy eyed and feeling great. And I wrote this song because I felt like George Jones at the moment. And John John reminds me all the time that I need to put it out, and that's one of them that I started recording, and we never did finish it. So hopefully we'll put it out soon.
So you mentioned going to Nashville. You mentioned cutting some stuff up there and cutting some stuff back home and all of that.
Yeah.
Do you have would you say that you have like a home studio? Not literally home studio, but do you say you have like a studio that you call home,
Yeah.
or are you kind of like bouncing around at this point?
Yeah. So I've got a studio in Santa Mall that I did all my first recordings in. Don't listen to those, by the way. but
That's what everybody says.
but I still record there a good bit. I mean, it's 20 minutes down the road from me. And Brian Brignack's the producer. He's played with
Yeah.
Wayne Hoops, and
Mm-hmm.
he tours with Tab Benoit every now and then, and was a longtime drummer for Sonny Landreth. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he knows what he's
He's a
doing.
great drummer, man. I've met him a few times. He may not even remember me, but I've met him, and I've been in the studio with him actually in Dockside, and he's a great drummer.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned Dockside, I called Brian the other day, and I told him that was one of my bucket list things, man. You know, I've been to Nashville. I've recorded with some of the best up there, and and I'm not saying I won't go back, because I will. I made some very good relationships, but Dockside is a historic studio that I plan on going in very soon.
You should, man. It's a cool place. I wasn't there recording songs that I wrote or for whenever we had the band or anything like that. I was there. It was actually some songs that I wrote that somebody else was recording and producing and all that. I was just there, hands off, but I was just, which is nice when you're in the studio because you're like, I'm not even working. I'm just hanging. I can enjoy it and drink and just see it from the outside. And
critique
but
people.
It's a great experience, man. It's a great studio, and we're one of our goals for Louisiana country music in 2026 is to get some artists together and do something at Dockside.
Yeah.
Cat out of the bag. So
that would be wonderful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list. I want to go up there, and I don't know how long my wife's going to let me stay up there, but I would love to at least get a couple of days to do an album and like stay up there and just hang out and cook and just live there for a couple of days and get to experience that, because I hear it's something you got to do.
Oh man, and honestly, you might be giving yourself too much credit. She might be like, "Hell, stay a week."
Man, look,
if it weren't for the 2-year-old, for the 2-year-old, she'd probably stay a week.
if it weren't for the 2-year-old, I'd probably have a pass, but I don't think it's
I think that's all of us, man.
He rules the roost right now.
Yeah, that is truly something that we're talking about doing, though, is getting together some Louisiana artists and going in and cutting like a song with each artist, maybe do like a song and maybe putting like something out with a bunch of us on there together. I think that'd be really cool and show that we're all sort of working together and all of that stuff.
Yeah, that would be wonderful, man.
Yeah. Man, you seem like you play a lot of shows, man. There's a few guys that we've had on so far. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, man. Dustin Sonia, you know Dustin over there in Lafayette.
Yeah.
There's Thomas last week. There's a few of them that just whenever I kind of research, I'm like, man, these guys are pounding the pavement. They're like doing show. And you seem like you work hard, man. You seem like you're doing a lot of shows.
Yeah.
What is it about those live shows, man?
It's
besides paying the bills.
Yeah. Well, that's the main thing right now. But it's the greatest job in the world, I'll tell you. And I still get. I told you from the beginning, I'm from a very blue collar family, and this is like crazy to them and everybody that I know, that I do this for a living and I'm not pulling wrenches. Like, I get called a lazy MFer all the time by a bunch of them, especially my friends. But man, it's the greatest job in the world, and just especially when the crowd's into it and they're singing your songs that you put out. It's just, there's no feeling like that ever.
And I'm sure they mean that affectionately. They mean it.
Oh, they do. They do it to pull my leg and get me worked up, because I still have that in my blood very much. You know, I'm still getting used to playing music for a living. Like, to not wake up and go punch in and have a boss telling me what to do and turning around thinking I'm fixing to get fired. I still feel that all the time. So, and I don't know if it'll ever leave me. That's just something that I've always been used to. I've always worked hard for everything I have, and I've had every damn job you can think of under the sun when it comes to construction. So,
man, what a blessing that to be able to do something that you enjoy. What a blessing, man. Ride it out as long as you can, right?
Yeah. I don't plan on going anywhere.
Man, you shared the stage with some pretty cool artists, man, which is always fun and always cool. I always like asking my guests this: is are there any moments that you were like, man, this is really cool right here? You know, like being on the same ticket with somebody or something like that.
Right. There's several that come to mind. Most recently was when I shared the stage with, well, I say shared the stage with Randy Travis. They inducted him into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame, and they called me and my band to be up there and play some of his songs with James. And that was something I'll never forget, man. And Randy was right alongside of me, and I shook his hand, and he was sitting there joking with me. You can't say much, you know, but he was sitting there joking with me, and that's something I'll never forget. And one other thing that comes to mind is when I first started hitting the radio circuit, we played in Kentucky at this big music festival. I don't think they ever had it ever again. I think COVID came around and kind of shut it down, but Brett Michaels was on the ticket. And very random, but I mean, that's how, I grew up listening to Poison too, oddly. But I came off stage, man, and I thought my team had set this up, but Brett comes with his manager on his golf cart and stops me when I'm on the way to the hospitality room. And he was like, man, I know you didn't see me, but I was watching you. He was like, I really enjoyed the hell out of that. And I said, all right, my life's done, you know. That's it right there. I mean, and two different kinds of music. I mean,
that's pretty badass, dude. I thought you were gonna say he came and asked you for some lipstick or something.
Yeah,
in the 80s, that's how they rolled.
Yeah, he didn't have any lipstick on at that time that I know of.
There's anything wrong with that. I don't want to get nothing.
I was pretty blind as a bat too. He might have had it on. I was like, oh.
So man, do you like those bigger shows or you like the smaller shows? Which ones do you prefer?
I like them all, man. About a month and a half ago, I played to 12,000 people. And then a week after that, I played to like 5 people. And I enjoyed the 5 people just as much as 12,000 people. I just wake up every single day and I thank God that I can sing and play guitar. And I get to pay my bills doing that. And it's hard to keep that mentality, especially after you played for 12,000 people and you got 5 people in front of you. But you still have to be grateful for every damn show that you play. I mean, you have to. Because the minute you stop, it's all going to go away.
Yeah, nothing, no lies there, man. Brady says, I like the one by the fire at the camp. Those are the best ones, actually. That's actually the true answer. Those are the best ones.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot, and then I started doing it for a living, and now it's like it's like pulling teeth out to get me to pull a guitar out if I'm not playing a show somewhere. Which is, I mean, if I'm at my house, like today, I played from 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock today at my house because I was just learning new songs. But it's a rare occasion for me to go anywhere and just pull the old guitar out and start playing. And I think I need to get back to that, man.
I mean, it's not about you, man. It's about everybody else getting to enjoy that. You know what I mean?
You nailed it right there, brother.
They want to drink whiskey while you sing songs for them for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep. You nailed it with the 2 hours too.
But it is interesting, man, whenever you bounce back and forth from bigger shows to smaller shows and all of that. And he says, break out the wallet. Break out that wallet.
Yeah, that wallet will make a lot of things happen.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna pop it on the screen. Break out that wallet. You don't make them pay by the fire, do you?
Man, I don't make anybody pay, but if they break out the wallet, I ain't stopping them.
You said I don't make them pay, but I don't stop them from paying. That's right.
Yeah. No,
Oh, man.
you ain't got to do that, man. But all right, bro.
But why you got it out? Why you got it out?
I mean, my wife will be very happy that you did that.
Man, I actually just asked Thomas this question last week, man, and I hadn't asked this question before, but I really like the thought process behind it. Is what do you want people, whether it's a big show or a small show, what do you want people to say when they leave a Kendall show?
I want them to say that I just put it all on the line and I left everything on the stage. And it's not always the case. And I beat myself up about that. And I'm guilty of it. And everybody is, I think. But I would want them to have a feeling of, I want people to come to my shows and forget about their boss and forget about whatever problems they have and come out and just let loose. And they can go back to that another day. And I want that to be the situation every time.
So, yeah, I love that, dude. There are two things I kind of take from that is I tell people, like, writing a song is harder than writing a movie, because if you write a movie, you've got like an hour and a half, 2 hours to say everything you want to say and to move all of these emotions. If you write a song, you got like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
To go through the whole story, to move the needle, to capture those emotions and all that. So writing a song to me is harder than writing a movie. Not that I've ever written a movie, but I stand by that though. And then the other thing is, so you got to give everything that you have to a song, but then you play a show, which is made up of those 3-minute movies. So in a show, you take them from this emotion to this emotion to this emotion. And that's pretty cool, right? To be able to hold that capacity in your hands for the crowd to be able to take them wherever you want to lead them. How does that feel for you up there?
Yeah, I mean,
does that make any sense? Or am I just?
Yeah. No, it's a big responsibility too, and it's a big insecurity of mine. I mean, I get nervous every show for that reason, because you're at these people beck and call. I mean, especially, and I love my home state, man, but they are some of the toughest people to play in front of. I mean, it's given me some of the thickest skin I've ever had in my life. And I got, my wife she's tough, man. And she tells me stuff all the time, and I gotta, I grit my teeth with that. But man, the people in the crowd sometimes, they're crucial, man. So to have those, to have that responsibility, it's huge, man.
Yeah,
it's huge.
And I think sometimes having that tough person beside you, like your wife or whatever, that honest person, sometimes having that tough person around you it'll push you to be a better version of yourself.
She definitely does. She definitely does. I'd rather her be that way than than be crying all the time. I can't handle that.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm looking over here, and I'm not gonna keep you too much longer, man, because I know
I'm having a blast up here.
He said your brother says he loves getting asked to play Morgan Wallen and Swamp Pop. So I'm not sensing any sarcasm in there.
Yeah. Man, John's joking, but I actually started putting some Swamp Pop songs in my set today. The ones that I like. The ones that I like. So I've kind of started rebranding. I'm always gonna be traditional country, but I started embracing my Louisiana culture a little bit more on my shows lately, and playing some of that Swamp Pop stuff. I look up to Sammy Kershaw a good bit, and he does it very well. I mean, he tore up the charts with all the country hits, and he still came back and pay tribute to his Louisiana roots at the same time, and I really look up to that. So we're going to start doing more of that in our shows.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Going back to kind of what we were talking about a while ago, and like I said, we'll do about 5 more minutes, and I'll get you out of here, man. But what keeps you going, man? Because the music business is naturally up and down. It's just naturally nuts and it's crazy. And what keeps you going through those highs and lows?
The main thing is I don't want to work for somebody else.
And that's
But
a good driver.
my, the fact that I get to do this for a living and I love what I do, that's a big factor right there. And my kids get to see me do that. And I want to show them that they can do that also and not have to listen to, you got to go do this 9 to 5 stuff or you're not going to be anything. You go do whatever the hell you want to do. And that's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And I get to see my kids and my wife as much as I want. I like being on the road, man. I love that so much. But this year I got to be home a good bit. And I've oversaturated my welcome a lot because, and I'm totally against that until I became really broke. But I played a lot in my hometown and in this state, and people have been very great to me. And that's what keeps me going, man. Just being able to see that.
Yeah. Well, I got to ask you this, man. Earlier this year, you were inducted into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. You talked about with Randy and all that earlier. Tell us what that honor means to you.
Man, just to be included in that group of names itself. I mean, so many greats that have come from the state, and even the people that haven't been from the state. It's I feel like I don't belong for one. I'm only 34 years old. When they called me, I was like, I think I got a lot more left in me, guys. I ain't ready to hang it up yet,
Don't put me out to pasture yet. Yeah.
But I will take it and I will roll with it and I will wear it proudly, man. And it's something that I think about every day, and I'm very, very thankful for it.
Yeah. That's a big honor, man, and well deserved. And I started asking this question too, man, because I always like to see where this goes with each person, because it can go a number of different directions. But what does Kendall Shaffer think makes a great country song?
Man, one that just tells a story. That's what's country music to me. It don't matter if you're sitting down drinking a beer and laughing at somebody, if your ex left you or you're crying. One that tells a story, because I feel like we got away from that for a little while, man. And I feel like we're going back towards that, and I'm very excited about it. Got real commercialized and was all about the buck and what's selling. And now I feel like people are gravitating more towards real stories and real songs. And so that's what I would say.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Good. Can't beat a good old story, man. That's what country music at the root is. That's what it's all about. It's what it's always been about.
Absolutely.
What advice, real quick, before we always like to, as Louisiana country music, we always like to inspire the younger generation that are trying to come up. So if any of the younger guys come up and they look up to you like you looked up to some of the guys we talked about earlier, what advice would you give them about entering into this crazy world of music?
Be patient. You don't know everything. Have thick skin. Don't wear your feelings ever, unless you're writing a song. Expect the unexpected and have fun. And when you stop having fun, you need to stop and come back to it, because you'll never stop completely, because it's in your blood if you're doing it. That's what I would say.
Great answer, man. Fair enough. I think they're all good points.
Appreciate it, brother.
How can people follow you, man, and keep up with what you got coming in 2026?
We have everything's Kendall Shaffer Country on all the platforms. I'm sure you got my bio from my website. That hadn't been updated since 2023 in the beginning. I think I had 3 dates on the books. So whatever you do, don't go to my website. I think it's about to expire, and we're going to put a new one up, and I will let y'all know when that happens. But I'm very active on Facebook. I'm very active on Instagram. So just follow those, and I always put my dates and what's going on with me on there. So Kendall Shaffer Country on Facebook and Instagram, and I have a Snapchat too. And if you follow me on there, that's a whole lot wilder than all the rest of them.
You know, on the website you don't have to let it expire. You could just update it if you wanted to.
Man, I don't know how to do any of that crap. I don't. I got notified at the beginning of the year. You want to keep it going? I was like, I don't really want to.
Yeah, we'll just let it. We'll just start a new one. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we're gonna start a new one in 2026. Be on the lookout.
We might have to get you. We might have to work with you on this, man. We just update it pretty. That'd be a lot easier than starting a new one.
Man, I told you I'm so bad at this stuff, doing it by myself. I'm like, I answer the phone. You got a show for me? Okay, cool. You want to do an interview? Cool. And that's the gist of it right there.
Last question, man, is what are you hoping and praying that 2026 has in store for you?
Well, hopefully, it's a good question, man. I think we'll have a new baby in 2026. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we'll have that. So I'm looking forward to that. And just playing better shows and playing in front of different crowds and different people and putting out as much music as I can. And I want to grow stronger in my faith next year and make that a priority, because I kind of got distracted a whole lot this year, and I want to get back to that. So
I'm with you on that one, man. I was talking to the good Lord before I even came on the show tonight, just talking about. I walk around the house just doing that, man.
Me too.
Just talking, yeah. And that was one of the things I was talking about, man. So I can get down with that, man. That's great stuff, dude.
He's always listening, man. He might not like what we do all the time, but he listens.
I'm not good at that formal praying stuff. People are like, hey, man, you want to say a prayer? I'm like, I'm not really sure I even know how to do all that. You know, like I just got my own thing going over here.
Man, I got a preacher. I got a preacher on my mom's side, and I got a preacher on my dad's side. And I've heard it all. I've seen it all. So I'm in it to win it. I know about it.
Well, brother, I appreciate it, man. It was great. It was great talking tonight, man. And I truly appreciate it. And like I try to express my gratitude to all of our guests, and I hope it comes across, man, because we are genuinely appreciative of you guys spending a Tuesday night, an hour with us on Tuesday night, because we know a lot of y'all have families and you're very busy and you've got 100 different things you could be doing on a Tuesday night. But for every week, somebody to come on here and share their story with us and share an hour with us, our fans, your fans, we're building something here, man. And if you guys hang with us, we're going to build something special in 2026. And we're grateful for you to be a part of it, man. We're excited for you to be a part of it.
Absolutely. I appreciate everything y'all doing too, man. Y'all are promoting the hell out of local talent in Louisiana and even in Nashville. And it's a great thing, man. Nobody else is doing what y'all are doing, and I support it fully. Well,
thank you, brother. And I know, like I said, I've seen you commenting on other artists' shows and stuff like that. So, see, Dylan says, enjoyed it as always. Thank you, Dylan. So, John says, thanks for doing this, man. Thank you, John. Look, when people are in the comments, it's always more fun. It's like just,
absolutely,
there's always a few good laughs. But Kendall, man, I'm going to let you out of here, brother, and I appreciate it, man. Happy New Year, man. Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. And I'm looking forward to working with you more in 2026.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you so much, brother.
All right, brother. All right, man. Talk to you soon. All right, guys. If we know you enjoy that, if you enjoyed it as much as I did, make sure to follow Kendall and follow him, do all those things that you have to do on social media these days. If you enjoyed our show, look, I encourage you, even if you're just a Kendall fan, tune in and give us a chance on other Tuesday nights, because you get to see these artists just like Kendall that are amazing. They're amazing human beings. Follow us on other Tuesday nights and get to know other artists around the region, around the state, and even people that are in Nashville doing their thing. So just tune in and follow us and check us out. Follow, like, share, comment, all those things. Let's show the world what Louisiana country music is about. Let me see. I gotta do let me get the music playing, because this is normally where the music kicks in, and I don't feel right with that. There we go. All right. So thanks again for tuning in. God bless all of our Louisiana folks out there from the bottom of our hearts. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you next Tuesday night right here on Louisiana Country Music Live. Thank you, guys. Good night.